Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Group Girls Down Under podcast. We are up to episode 9, and there is once again only 3 of us. The chaotic internet problem trio is back. It's just me, Sam, Zoe, and Jack. So
Hello.
let's hope this is a little bit better than the last one. First things first. Silverstone.
I couldn't stop watching.
My favorite race
genuinely
this
couldn't
season.
stop. Yeah, that was.
I think that is the general consensus.
Like when I got to the end, part of me didn't want to watch, but I also couldn't pull my eyes away.
Oh, there was definitely a lot of shielding my eyes because
Yeah,
it was just on the edge.
It was
on the
like
edge of my
this.
beanbag.
I don't want to look, but I have to look.
I was just crying.
We're talking about the end. Can we talk about the start? The first start, not the second start.
That was so scary. Also, the fact that Joe's car didn't roll back over was quite concerning.
He just
stayed.
kept going. It just wasn't stopping. I was like, that's not good.
I didn't even see him go off.
Neither
Like,
did I.
All I saw was George.
Yeah,
All I saw was
like,
George's car, and I was like,
oh, George. And then
Well,
they
I
started
saw a
talking about Zhao.
Mercedes, and then by process of elimination, figured out it was George.
well, I knew it was George because at the beginning I was so excited about Lewis. I was screaming. I was like, oh my God, Lewis has done it. He's put himself up into third. So excited. Then I see George rolling off on the side, and I was like, what is happening here? Then all of a sudden they go, George has flipped. And I was like, George, no.
Yeah, no, I heard
And
that.
then-
I was like, I'm pretty sure George was on his wheels when I saw him.
Yeah, and I
He
was
was
like,
just
where
rolling.
did George flip? But then I was like, oh, he's going into the gravel, so maybe he flipped and he's rolling. And then they were like, oh, it was Joe. And I was like, nope.
Then I was
Yeah,
just
it
so
can't
confused
happen.
because then they started talking about the likes of Albon, and I was like,
I'm like,
hang
where
on
did-
a second, where did this wait, what happened here?
I was like, where's Alex?
How
What's
many
going on?
cars are involved? It was 2 different, like, it was one big incident, but 2 different. I'm like, what happened?
There
I
was
was
so
genuinely
much.
so confused.
Where at the
I
end of the day, it was because Pierre tried to squeeze his ass in, realized he couldn't, and then backed
George
off.
said no.
George was like, nah, not today.
It all just happened so fast, though. One tap
Oh,
of
so
a
fast.
wheel caused one of the worst crashes this season.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, do you reckon we're going to get more crashes like that?
Please don't say that.
Because
We've
like
already had
the
2.
old generations of cars, that sort of contact just sent them skidding into a gravel trap. Why did he flip?
Freak
Why
accident, I
didn't he
think.
roll back over?
That too. He kind of just
Because if you're thinking about it, his car
Hurdle.
should have rolled. I mean, wasn't there a article written about the fact they were
If-
concerned he didn't roll back over?
I think it
Well,
might
his
have just been
roll
because he was
kind of broke.
straight.
True.
his
He
roll
was
hoop
just
took the brunt of it and then kind of departed.
Thank you
Yeah,
for the
but-
Halos, Toto
Oh.
Wolff. I am glad you didn't win that battle. That's all I can say.
I think Toto's glad he didn't win the battle at this point.
I think he was very happy last year.
Yeah.
like that photo though of Zhao just flipped, and his head,
his little
That
hand.
head.
That incident
Oh,
has single
great
handedly
photo,
probably
but
made
oh my
the
God.
best photo of the year.
a best photo, but scary.
That was very much an IndyCar style crash.
Honestly, if I was Zhao, I would be like, "This is it.
I'm
This
dead.
is how I go.
Goodbye.
See you
Well, he just-
later."
his little hand just floating there. It was just floating. And I was like, his arms must have been so tense trying to make sure they didn't. His arms must have been so tense to make sure they didn't fly. Because, the pressure, the speed, the everything. Oh my God. I'm surprised that he's okay to race this weekend. I'm very thankful that him and Alex are both fine to race this weekend, but very confused as to how. Because Alex was
Speaking-
meant to have a broken arm.
Speaking about that,
Alex is
how
barbecuing.
did Joe walk away from that pretty much unscathed? And Alex was
with a spinal injury.
Spinal injury, a possible broken arm. And
But
then
all
he
he
got
did
cleared
was
from the
spin
broken
and
arm.
whack a wall.
he whacked a wall, spun, and collected a couple others, and then
What-
Joe
but
went
then
straight
again-
through the gravel trap on his lid. He got flipped over and then got stuck.
But didn't Alex hit a concrete wall? Whereas
Yes, he
Joe
did.
kind of he didn't really hit,
He hit the
anything.
tire trap thing, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some
And then
it was spectacular. And I
He
still
is
don't understand.
lucky the way he landed though. like the fact that he landed towards the tires, head towards the tires instead of the metal fence, because that could have ended bad.
Yeah. And also George stopping and getting out, even though his car was drivable.
Ruining his race.
Was it really drivable though?
Apparently it was. Like he could have
was.
pulled it back to the pits. His
could've made
engine
a
was
few
still on. He
adjustments.
turned it off. Yeah. And then when I was watching like the red flag, and then the FIA guy was like, "You can't drive. You got out your car." And George was like, "I was making sure he was alive."
It's just like George has been like that since he was a kid, which is just shows how good of a person he is. Because not many other drivers would do that.
No, didn't
No
like
other
Callum
drivers.
Ilott or something say that when they were karting together, George got out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't Callum say every time I flipped a car? How many times did that man flip a car? That was something that caught me in a sense. How many times?
And also, talking about Callum, didn't he break his hand not long ago? In a crash?
IndyCar.
Yeah.
I have so many questions,
shatter
Callum.
his hand?
This has just raised so many more questions.
Some days I just question how Callum made it this far into motorsport with how many times he
injuries.
supposedly flipped his car when he was younger.
Yeah. The fact that it was just I think it was every time he flipped a car. I was like,
Every time I flipped my car.
that indicates it
George
happened
made
more
sure I
than
was
once.
Oh, but once again, shows how great a man George is, and he would rather risk a race to make sure someone's okay than
Unless it was
race.
Imola 2021 with the little bop.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I reckon though that when George went over, he would have said, "Are you all right?" When I got a yes, and then went, "You idiot."
He probably would have, to be fair.
You're like, "Are you okay? Yeah, cool."
Well, I feel like he more would have wanted to hit Pierre than wanted to, like this weekend, he would have wanted to hit Pierre more than wanted to hit Joe.
Yeah.
You know? If
Poor Joe was just an innocent bystander.
He was. He really
was just there.
He was
And
just there.
unfortunately, Pierre went for a gap. George closed the gap and
Off he goes.
goodbye.
It's just how fast his car went flying, though. That scared me.
The race
Like,
hadn't even been going.
didn't
It was been going for
slide,
like
it
20
just
seconds.
went.
But like Silverstone, again.
I don't like
Major
Silverstone
crash.
first laps.
Silverstone first laps the past couple of years.
It's a
bit
new level of
concerning.
stress.
Oh, no.
That was actually the first race that had me stressed this entire season. Like
Mine
actually
was-
stressed.
What was the first race of this year? Jeddah?
Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Bahrain,
Really?
Jeddah, Australia.
Okay, so Jeddah was there, but no, when did Mick crash?
Jeddah.
Bahrain. Jeddah. Yeah,
Couple.
see, exactly.
He crashed.
Jeddah.
He crashed a couple times, I think. Now.
The big
No,
one
the
where they
big
wouldn't show
one.
us the accident.
Yeah,
that
I-
was Jeddah.
Right. I was gonna say, like, he hit
That-
his head as well. at
That
one
was
point.
the first time.
That was Miami.
That was the first.
Then he
time
ripped
I
his
was
car in
stressing.
half for the second time in Monaco.
Oh, that was scary.
And then he got points.
Then he got points.
He's got points. He's on the board. He's got points. Thank you, Silverstone.
Finally. But and it's not even just 1 point. He got more than 1 point.
Got more than 1 point.
Ed.
And he was actually battling Max.
Yeah. But no, that was
Amazing.
my first stressful race, and then this was my second stressful race.
How was Jeddah? Wait, how was Mick didn't even take part in the Jeddah race? How was that stressful?
So I was still
was out-
stressing about him.
He was out in qualifying.
I don't know. I was just stressing. It's Mick, you know, complications that they hadn't caught. I was scared. Okay, it took a while to get to the fact that he was going to be okay. Hey, I don't.
Although
The Schumacher family stresses me out. I need them to be 100% perfect.
I had stayed up to watch Silverstone because I was absolutely buggered. So when I woke up on Monday, I watched it when I got up. I was like halfway through this race. And then one of my mates messages me going, "Making the points." I'm like, what? I was still so excited, but at the same time, I'm like, you've ruined it.
See,
Oh, no.
I
was like, oh.
was watching the race live. I stayed up all night for it. And when Mick was still in the running in the points, I messaged Dan and went, and Mick is in the points at the moment. His response was, he'll do something and ruin it.
That was my stress.
Shush.
Before I got the message, I was stressed.
Well, no, I was stressed. I wasn't going to say anything else other than that.
It was just stress. I don't think there was any other.
There was another emotion for you with Lewis.
Oh my god, I was so excited. I was like,
there we go. It's
talking about Lewis though. Can we talk about how many firsts we had? We had so many firsts. We had Lewis's first P1 of the year. We had but not Max. I'm not talking about Max right now. We had Carlos's first win. We had Mick's first points. 3 firsts. 3 firsts. And a record broken by Lewis Hamilton once again, because that's Lewis Hamilton. 13 really podiums at one circuit.
I do really wish he had carried on the trend of like being winless for the first 10 races and then winning round 10. It would be such a fitting comeback. But we got Carlos. I'll take that.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but it's really funny watching the Charles fans losing their minds.
Sorry, this weekend
I'm not losing my mind. I've gone through the process of grief at this point.
No,
I've gone through the 7 stages.
You know the Charles fans I'm talking about.
Oh yes.
I was gonna say, you're being respectful.
I'm at acceptance of my grieving. That it's just.
Sorry,
my Twitter. You predicted Charles P1. You jinxed it yourself.
I'm scared.
I was hopeful. Okay.
I'm scared of F1 Twitter, but this weekend scared me. Like I saw the Max Lewis F1 Twitter battle. You know, there was all of that. Charles fans have scared me. They have scared me this weekend on Twitter. This past weekend,
genuinely terrifying.
I didn't know they could get so aggressive. And
but why be aggressive to a driver that like? Why are you getting aggressive to the other driver? Like, it's not Charles's fault. It's not Carlos's fault.
No.
I've come to the conclusion deep down we all know Ferrari won't do well, and the only way that Charles would have any chance of winning this championship is if Carlos didn't beat Charles.
But then someone else would have beat them both.
True.
And they'd be bottling the championship further.
True, yeah. But hey, who knows?
Well, they were complaining about Carlos not bringing enough points, and as soon as he ups his game and starts bringing points, they start complaining because Charles isn't winning. Like, come on, guys, pick your battles.
Brings the maximum amount of points, and he's still not good enough for the team. Makes no sense.
Pick your battles.
Yeah.
What
like
broke my heart, though?
It's the constructor, not like obviously it's the individuals, but at the end of the day, they should also be thinking about the constructors championship.
It was still a good haul of points.
It was good.
And if it would have been, they would have had way less points if Carlos had stayed behind Charles.
Yeah, 100%.
That would have been
my heart.
What, 4th and 5th.
Yeah.
No, what broke my heart was Charles fans broke my heart, but the Ferrari team shattered my heart. The disrespect towards Carlos, like, hello, your team you just had a driver in your team win, and you're not even going out there to congratulate him. You don't have to like him.
First ever time
you don't have to
well.
support him. Just go and pretend. Make your team seem amazing. I mean, like, what?
Who doesn't love Carlos?
Well, apparently,
Carlos is just
Ferrari. None of them. Which
like Carlos is just that happy-go-lucky
guy. There was even a McLaren
the
team member on the fence for him.
Oh, that was so cute.
The fact that, oh my god, McLaren was so proud of him. And Lando,
I love it.
Sorry, changing the topic, but Lando was so proud of Carlos, and it just, but I can just
Deep
imagine
down,
Carlos
Lando's
making fun of Lando.
Oh, yeah. So he'll be salty, like, I should have won last year.
He'll be salty, but I can just imagine Carlos going in the car. I did it. I have a better ratio than you.
Yeah, 100% pole to win.
Yeah, he would have had
situation.
I think Carlos partied hard after that race.
Oh,
I would support that 100%.
Yeah, wouldn't blame him.
No,
as long as
he's just lucky Max wasn't on that podium with him.
As long
he would
as
have had champagne in places. Champagne. He didn't even know it could go.
Although Checo really went for it. He went
Max is
right on.
Max is lethal with the champagne. Like he is.
Imagine if Lando was on there with him. Oh.
Carlos would have been drowned.
100%.
I can't wait though for Lando's win and when he jumps off the podium to get his champagne going.
He's gonna do something dumb and he's gonna
break
roll
it.
his
He's gonna
ankle.
try and do it. And he's gonna break it.
remember
Or he'll
remember
fall
Monza
because the
last
jump
year?
is too high because that man is short.
Remember Monza last year when he did it? He dropped the bottle. He went to hit the podium and he half missed it and dropped the bottle. Oh.
Oh my god, I love Lando. But no, I'm very proud of Carlos. Just getting back to Carlos because I went a bit off there and brought all of us off, but very proud of Carlos. Even if Ferrari isn't, Carlos we are. So not that
Carlos,
does
go do it
much.
again.
Please.
It's entertaining.
Please.
I'm sorry, the fallout is entertaining.
Yeah.
Hey,
Although,
at
like
least,
at this point, we need like a Charles revenge arc. I reckon that would be interesting to watch.
He's too nice.
He's too nice, but it would be. That's why it would be interesting.
I could see Charles bringing a bit of the Max Verstappen out on him. Just the end
I
of it.
reckon.
Screw
I
you.
think he's too nice.
This is me.
I think if you pushed him hard enough, he'd snap.
Bonotto doesn't tell many people to be nice, and Bonotto told Charles to be
Bonotto
nice.
does not shake his finger in everyone's face.
You don't get the finger from Bonotto unless you're in
Another
trouble.
thing though, with everyone now starting to slander Bonotto, where was the synergy with Seb?
Yeah, where was it? I'm sorry. Why was there hardly any with Seb? There were a couple of us, but where was all of this? Like, I
sorry,
thought Seb was this big
Ferrari has
icon
a
and-
history of, look at this, you're the golden child, you're the number one driver. Oh, what's that? Oh, that looks shinier and new. I like that one. Seb was the golden child. It all was going great. Oh, something shiny and new comes along. Charles, we don't want to play with you anymore, Seb. Okay, all going fine. For Charles, Carlos comes in. Carlos starts showing good results. Charles, we don't want to play with you anymore. Carlos.
But it's just the fact that there was no hate. Well, there was very little hate towards Bonotto when he did it to Seb. And now
Everyone just
when
started
he's
calling
doing
Seb
it to
washed.
Charles. Yeah, I'm sorry, what? Seb is Sebastian Vettel. He could never. I don't think Seb could ever be washed, in my opinion. Just a
No.
biased opinion. Does anyone agree?
Yes.
Or okay.
You don't want to
I
get started down
forgot
the
that-
Sebastian Vettel route.
I forgot
True.
that people that will be listening to this can't actually see me. Because I can't see me
It was
nodding
like
my head.
a nod.
You don't want to set me off down the Sebastian Vettel argument.
Anyways, Sebastian Vettel, the man behind me, could never be washed. We love this man.
Man, the myth, the
Forever
legend.
always. The man, the myth, the legend, and his
Prodigy.
The son. The fact that he was sitting in the car yelling, "Go, Mick, go."
Oh my
And he was
God, when
behind
he
him.
said that,
And it was on his birthday.
I
It was Seb's birthday and Mick got points.
talking about
And
Seb's
Michael would be
birthday.
so proud.
Don't go there. You're gonna make
Michael,
Zoe cry.
Mike. I after I posted my TikTok, I posted a TikTok the other day. I was a bit teary, and I was like, Michael would be so proud. Michael is proud. He wouldn't be so proud. He is proud. Michael is proud. He is proud. He will always be proud. Anyways, changing the subject to Seb. Can we talk about Seb driving Nigel Mansell's car and Nigel getting so excited over it?
I love Nigel.
That just warmed my heart. And when he tipped his hat to Seb, I was like, you are showing that the older generation of Formula One drivers can actually be nice.
After
Some
the
of
week
them.
we had, yeah.
After the week
Some
we
of
had,
them can be
Nigel
nice.
has
Thank the
helped
Lord.
prove that there are still some good ones out there. Anyways, that was just a precious moment. Seb was so excited. Nigel was proud. That was like a proud father-son moment. And then we had another proud father-son moment, Seb and Mick. Oh,
It was
I
just
love
Seb's
them.
weekend.
It really was.
It was Seb, Carlos, and Mick's weekend. Let's face it.
I wish it could have been Danny's weekend because it was Danny's birthday. The man
Austria.
had no
Austria's
luck.
Danny's weekend.
Yes. Daniel
Sorry,
Ricciardo
Max.
P1. Bye, Max. Sorry. Oh. No.
Did you just say sorry, then second guess it, and then go, "Ooh."
I said bye to Max, and then I was like, wait, do I want Max gone for the weekend? If it means that Danny can have a good weekend, I'll take it. Just this once.
Yeah.
Just
Same,
this once.
same.
I'll break my Max
Um,
wish.
on topic of breaking things, I'm just gonna break some Charles fans a little bit further. It has been 2 months since Charles has stood on the podium. Miami Grand
Sorry.
Prix was the last time.
Why?
I wish I could forget, but
I'll keep reminding you so you can forget. I'll just keep
bringing
reminding
it
you.
up.
Why- My thing is, why has his season gone so downhill? Like, Carlos hasn't really, I mean, Carlos kind of had an already downhill season, but why did Charles go from being so good to literally being a nobody
listened to
at
the
this
team.
point? Oh.
But also, I was told that the last time the gap between, like, in points was high, and then they just split between like Ferrari and Red Bull. Was it Alonso and Vettel the last time this happened? I've been getting told this by someone since the beginning of this season, because
this
they're
season-
a Max fan, I'm a Charles fan, and they're now correct.
This season
And I
started with a
can't-
double Red
I
Bull
can't get it.
DNF.
I was so excited. I was like, oh, it's going to be Charles' championship. And they're like, oh, well, actually, the last time this happened, I'm like, shut your mouth. They didn't shut their mouth, and now they're kind of right. And yeah.
Things just keep lining themselves up.
Yeah. History is going to repeat itself.
I'm here for it.
I'm here
I
for
am
it.
not.
I
If we
would
get it-
like to see a battle go down the line, but more Max
Hey,
championships.
Lewis
I'll
is
take
I
it.
would love more
Lewis
fighting
is
between
coming
them.
back
but-
up. Lewis is coming back up. That man is rising.
I hope he
and
can like they can
rising,
come back up and just insert
rising.
themselves a little bit, but please don't give me a
Please.
rerun of 2021.
Please
Oh,
give me a
can't do
rerun
Lewis
of
versus
2021.
Max.
I mean,
I don't
at this
think I can
point,
handle
Lewis
that.
at this point, Lewis doesn't have a chance of winning the championship. But if he can just mess with Max a bit, I would love that.
That'd
Two
be
of my
funny.
favorite drivers on the grid just messing with each other. As long as one of them can win the championship, I don't care. As long as they both live through the season as well, I don't kill each other like they tried to last year, then that'll be fine as well. Sorry, but am I wrong? Some of those crashes were a
Yeah.
bit
No, to be fair, yeah.
murder
that-
looked like it was intended.
That F2 crash at Silverstone, where the
Ooh.
car went over the other one and it kind of bonked him on the
Red
head.
Bull really does give you wings.
That really gave me flashbacks to last year with Max and Lewis when the exact same thing happened. Was it
So
Max
why
went
do
over
we-
Lewis and just
Sausage
went,
curbs are so dumb.
off he went.
It's insane.
Sausage curbs are so dumb. They just send you flying.
Yeah.
Anywho, moving
The
on to
concept of
Aus-
cars racing around in circles is so stupid as well. Sorry, just like why did that become a thing?
Why did
Men.
half the things
Like,
in the
I
world become a
love it.
thing? Are we getting
Men.
too? Hang on, it has just gone
Okay,
like
before we get
10:30.
off topic.
Why are you getting so philosophical?
I don't know. I'm tired. When am I not tired filming these?
To be
We
fair,
really
it
got
is
to do
late
these
for us.
earlier. We really got to start doing this earlier for you two.
Wait, no, I'm always annoying. Mood, it's fine. We need to attempt to record one in the day to give our
Yeah.
poor listeners a break of the tired unhingedness and maybe some.
Well,
Okay, maybe not.
I
But at
got
this
told by
point,
a couple of people that they found our podcast quite enjoyable.
Oh,
Yeah. I got a couple of reviews. Apparently it's quite enjoyable. I don't see how it's enjoyable, but thank you.
I try not to
Excuse
listen to the
me.
episodes back, so I'll either be in fits of laughter or go like, "Did I really say that?"
I have
Excuse
to
me,
listen
Zoe,
to-
but we are a hoot, all right? Excuse you.
What are we,
Ah.
a flock of owls?
At this point,
I'm just gonna point out that
we could be anything at this point.
I'm just gonna point out that me and Zoe are the only two who have been in every episode.
Yeah, you have.
That's why this podcast is so unhinged, because Sam and I are always here. And we are never okay.
Loyal.
We
I am
need
so far
therapy.
from being sane.
Committed to the cause.
Yeah, I've come to a conclusion. I think me and Sam need
It's just 'cause it's
major
always
amounts
late
of
at night.
therapy.
For us, so it's like,
We all
But,
do.
but instead of therapy, we just watch cars. And it seems to work for like 5 minutes.
and make TikToks.
It will either
Yeah.
it'll either make or break you, depending on how the race goes. It makes or breaks you.
Well, I honestly gonna say make or break. I thought that Silverstone was gonna break me in the second start. When Lewis dropped back, I got scared. I thought the race
I won't
was
lie.
over.
I was kind of okay with that. I'm like, Lewis, get out. I love the fact that you're coming back, but get out. This is Carlos's time. Get out.
You know, when he was P1, I was like, oh my god, Lewis is P1. Lewis is P1. Lewis could win, but no, because Carlos won't get his first win. And then I was like, oh, that'll be fine because then Lando and Carlos will have like an equal ratio. Then I was like, no, Carlos needs to win. Carlos needs to beat Lando with this
Carlos
ratio.
deserved that win.
And Carlos got his win. Lewis was on the podium, broke a record. Once again, as I'm saying it, 13 podiums at one circuit.
Checo came out of nowhere.
Legend. Checo came out of nowhere.
Checo out of nowhere.
P17, P2.
Mick got points, P19 to P9.
But also Checo, god of tire management. That man didn't he go like 40 something laps?
44. It wasn't.
Oh my god. I was like, I'm looking at Sam's face. I'm like, I know what number it is actually.
I don't actually know if it was 44.
I was just waiting for it. You
it was
said
in the
40 something. I was
40s.
like, wait for it. It's coming. It's gonna
I'm like,
come.
it was in the 40s. It was either, I swear to God, it was either 44 or 47. One of the numbers. I saw one of them.
If you're
Was it
wondering why
Lewis
we're
Hamilton or
laughing
Mick
so much,
Schumacher?
me and Zoe are being haunted by the number 44, but Zoe's also being haunted by 47.
Yeah, everywhere I look, I
yeah.
see a number 44 and a number 47, whether it's the time, notifications, mailbox numbers, posters on my walls, literally likes on posts. I saw a Lewis Hamilton video that had 47 likes, and then I scrolled down and I saw a Mick Schumacher edit that had 44 likes, and I got scared. Just the coincidence that it was literally one video after the other. It's kind of scary, and I'm Mick and Lewis scaring me. Not them, their numbers, but it could be them. I feel like, talking about scary, I feel like they could kill me. Like,
whoa, wait, hang on. What?
It's 10:33. That's a number that's also haunting me. It's number 33.
Hey, it's Pierre and
Anyways,
Max.
no, I thought that I feel like, sorry, I'm really rambling here, but I don't really know what I'm saying, but I feel like if I got on Mick and Lewis's nerves enough, they could kill me. They are two of the sweetest people on the grid, but I feel
you
like
three are best mates. You're best mates. You could get
breaking news,
get on their
guys.
nerves.
Set the gossip mill going. Zoe is best friends with Mick and Lewis.
Oh, I am. I'm literally going to hang out in the paddock with them in Singapore. Like, that is happening, and you can't stop me.
Well, you're already seeing their numbers. Just manifest. Just continue manifesting, and you
They've
never
already
know.
invited me. I'm already best friends with them. We're a little throuple. we're not in a relationship. We're in a friendship. We're a little
Said
throuple
trio,
friendship.
but anyway.
That's the word. We're a little trio. We're a little trio, and they've invited me to the paddock to hang out with them because I'm their good luck charm, and they will both podium. I was gonna say they'll both win. That's not possible, but they'll get P1, P2. Lewis P1, Mick P2. You're welcome.
If that happens, everyone needs to buy a lottery ticket.
Mick on the podium this year.
And a hat.
One of the greatest things to ever happen to the sport. Mick in a hat on the podium would be one of the greatest things.
I think
like the most
everyone
wholesome
would
thing.
cry.
I'm
The
sorry.
day that Mick wins a race, everyone's just gonna cry.
I don't think I will survive. I mean, we saw me after him getting points, and if I don't know if it was me, Erin, and Khalila were the ones left in that call. Erin mentioned something about Mick, and I started bawling my eyes out. It was
You'll be on the
concerning.
floor.
I will be in the dirt. Grave.
You will be on the floor, not even functioning.
I think I'll pass out. And I
Probably.
will hug my Mick. I will hug not my Mick poster. I will hug my Michael poster again. I think it has mascara on it. I can see mascara on the photo frame because I hadn't taken my makeup off that night either because I got so distracted. I'm just exposing myself to everyone who listens to this podcast. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that. now you know that there is mascara on my Michael Schumacher poster photo frame from me crying because of Nick getting points because I never thought this day would ever happen.
If anyone knows any psychologists, just shoot them at DM to Zoe.
Please send me, if you're a therapist, please DM me because I think I have come to the conclusion I need something. We need to work something out.
I mean, in a few years, I could probably help you out.
Oh, I'll just wait.
But not yet.
I'll just wait till then. I'll hold off. I'll hold off from like dying and going psychotic.
Yeah, until I become registered. Yeah.
Sam is so confused.
Completely unethical, but anyway.
What is this podcast
getting the show back on the road, okay? Let's re-enter the track. We're going to Austria this weekend.
Yes, we are.
Oh, we're already in Austria.
I'm so excited.
They're already there because it's Friday.
Yeah, okay. It's sprint weekend.
I'm so excited.
It's a sprint weekend.
It's a sprint weekend, which means we have quali tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 3 a.m. bestie.
3 a.m. Woo!
I just called you bestie. I don't call anyone bestie.
You will not be watching that. I will be asleep.
I'm staying up all night.
I have to
Because I don't know how to make healthy decisions over sleeping or staying awake, so I just stay awake and suffer with the consequences.
I have to get up for work like
I have paid
5:30,
for the consequences all week this week from everything I did last week and because of Silverstone.
I slept all Monday and woke up at 5 p.m. completely disoriented. Down to Redbull, cooked dinner, went back to bed.
Yep. I genuinely didn't do anything on Monday because I was processing the race. I genuinely couldn't do anything on Monday. I
didn't go to sleep on Monday until about 7:30 because I watched IndyCar. Then quit on IndyCar because Felix and Pato were out. And I decided, And when I watched NASCAR instead. And then fell asleep.
Felix and Pato both being out.
It was a bad weekend.
My heart. I was like, are you kidding me? Of all the people. I wouldn't care if it was anyone
car
else.
just died. Except for the pits, it just died.
I was like, bye. I don't want to
Okay.
Cool.
Go to NASCAR because that is starting now. Ooh.
Yeah, no. Anyways, we're in Austria now.
Into the
Very
boring.
excited. We are going to have a Lewis win.
It is a sprint
P3.
weekend, so I mean, anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Lewis Hamilton.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get the magnificent sprint weekend curse back. Max and Lewis are gonna do something.
No, thank you. No. If it means that Lewis will like get a good place for this race, then sure.
Who knows?
But,
Maybe
like,
it'll be like Brazil. That kind of incident.
oh my god,
Not a silver
this
Monza
year?
incident.
Can we have another Brazil this year? I love Brazil last year. Brazil 2021 will forever hold a special place in my heart, and I will never forget that race. And once again, proves Lewis Hamilton is a god, a legend. I say this every week, and everyone is probably sick of me, so I'm just gonna stop. Can we please have another Brazil 2021? That's all I want. Mercedes, sort your stuff out. I need Brazil 2021 back again this year at Brazil or at Singapore. I'll take it at Singapore. I'll take Lewis going from last first.
Nah. Seb has to do something.
Seb got to win. P2.
He's got to win Singapore again. I'm accepting no other outcome to that race. Every single car can DNF as long as Seb wins.
I need Mick or Lewis to win in Singapore.
Mm-mm.
Actually, no. Lewis can win in Japan. Lewis can win for my birthday. He can win Japan. That's my birthday weekend. So he can win Japan. Even though I won't be watching that race, he can win Japan. Yeah.
Maybe that's why he'll win.
Don't say that. Because then I just won't watch any races for the rest of the season and I'll break my heart. And I'll break my streak. If it means he'll win, I'll stop watching. I'll close my eyes.
Do you hear that, Mercedes? Do you hear that?
I can't miss a race. Mercedes have to sort something else out.
Okay. Once again, back on the road.
Actually, missing stuff. Maybe that's when Lando will do well because I missed Lando's qualifying last year and that's when he got pole. So maybe I just need to do that at some point this year so Lando can actually do somewhat well this year. Maybe he could win a race then.
When I miss things, things go wrong for people.
Yeah, please don't miss any races.
Things just go wrong when I open my mouth. So
this year, I fell asleep in the middle of Monaco and woke up to mixed car split in half. Abu Dhabi last year, I didn't wake up for FP3. And I messaged a group chat and said, when I don't wake up for something, someone crashes, something happens. So I said, someone's going to crash. It's going to be at like turn 14. I wake up and who had parked his car in the barrier at turn 14? Mr. Kimi Räikkönen.
I miss him.
So I jinxed that. There was a couple other times. So I do my best not to miss sessions. Though I was quite slack for Silverstone.
Question.
Yes.
Sorry, this is such a random thought. Another random thought is I think we need a section of this because then I can just get it all out. Anyways.
Welcome back to Zoe's random thoughts.
Can we just I don't know why this was the driver I thought of, but can we yeet Yuki out for a race and bring Kimi in for a race? I don't know why Yuki for Kimi, but
on the topic of Yuki, did you hear what Marco said?
No.
What did he say?
I've stopped listening to him.
To be fair.
It's fair call.
Yep. I get that. I don't know if this is true or not. I've just seen, rumors floating around Instagram and everything. They brought in a psychiatrist for his outbursts.
Okay, he's not.
This is the team that deals with the freaking Mr. Max Verstappen.
He's not.
And they're worried about Yuki.
Bad. But also, speaking about Yuki, we'll just go back to Silverstone for a little bit. Him and Pierre
break up.
That hurt ever so much because I love
both
really
of them.
But he was actually very apologetic. He was mad in the moment, obviously, because he just crashed. He took out his teammate, and we all know how he feels about Pierre.
Not his boyfriend.
He crashed him out, and then Pierre DNF. So he probably felt very shit after that. But Pierre's gone. He was very apologetic.
I do have to say, though, the man needs to learn how to tag people in his Instagram stories because he tried to tag Pierre but didn't tag Pierre. He just said at Pierre Gasly. There was no tag there. It was just
I love that.
It was written in his notes.
That is very on brand.
And transferred to Instagram.
I love that.
Anyways, his apology was so cute.
So cute. I love Yuki. Yuki and I are the same height.
He's a pure...
You're going to come up to literally my chin.
Why was I going to say "oh" to that? I need to go to sleep. I was going to be like "oh" to the height thing.
Yep,
that's not an "oh" moment.
I'm 5. This is the thing that irks me. Tangent. I'm 5'2". My sister 5'8".
I know I'm taller than both.
How was that fair? It's not.
I'm 5'4".
Okay.
5'11".
Damn.
I have 2 tall parents that I've outgrown, both of them.
Oh yeah.
Both my parents 5'7", so
my brother's catching up to me.
Taller, but
my brother's catching up to me despite the fact his mum is literally half my height. So I'm so confused.
Who knows? Oh my god.
Liam, if you're listening, you're adopted. I swear.
It's 10:44.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Zoe, look at the time. Okay, back on track. Red Bull rumours.
Oh yes, with Porsche.
Yes, apparently they are set to announce that in 2026.
Yeah.
Porsche will be partnering with them. That Porsche will be partnering them as their engine supplier, manufacturer.
Oh.
That wouldn't surprise me, seeing as they've just created their own at the minute.
Yeah, it's kind of like to tie them over, I guess.
Yeah.
Do we think Audi's still in talks with McLaren?
Most definitely. I feel like
Probably.
McLaren needs something at this point.
Because at this point, I don't think they're liking their Mercedes engine.
The Mercedes engine is a bit unreliable for McLaren right now.
Well, even that, someone was telling me that when it comes to McLaren, they have all the data in front of them, but they can't explain what's happening with the cars, even though they're looking at the data. The engineers are just looking at it going, couldn't tell you. There's some numbers on a screen, but couldn't tell you what it is.
I feel like they need, like, you know, sometimes when you're like looking at something for so long, like when you're looking at an essay for so long, you can't notice any of the mistakes, but you get one pair of fresh eyes and you find all the mistakes. I feel like that's what they need. They need to bring in just one random person. Oh, Sam is gone. Anyways, you bring in one random person and you've found all the mistakes. I feel like they just need like one or two people just to look over it and be like, this is
where you're going wrong.
This could be it. And they're like, oh, but I have heard that apparently McLaren are a bit screwed right now because of the budget caps. They're having to push the brakes a bit because of the budget caps. They don't have enough money right now to continue. I don't know if that's true. It could be a rumor, but apparently Andreas Seidel said something about budget caps and the fact that they can't do much. Welcome back, Sam.
Welcome back.
We were just talking about McLaren struggling because of the budget cap and they're having to put the brakes on any changes to the team so far until they can sort out money. Sam is very confused. Have you not heard about that?
No.
Oh, so apparently Andreas Seidel has said that McLaren for now are having to push the brakes on making many changes on their cars, many or any changes on their cars because of the budget cap. They don't have enough money to make significant changes to fix the car. So even if they wanted to, financially right now they can't because they're reaching the budget cap, which I didn't think made any sense. I mean, it may just be a rumor because I don't see how that makes any sense when McLaren hasn't changed much. They haven't jumped or dropped. So I don't know what they've spent their money on.
No, and they haven't
Their money
done
would
an
have been
engine
spent.
change.
Their money would have been spent on the issues they had in testing.
True, but still,
Trying to sort out those brakes.
but still,
All of their money?
the fact that they have pretty much reached their budget cap and Haas haven't reached the budget cap after Mick has destroyed how many cars?
2.
Nicholas Latifi hasn't even made Williams. Nicholas Latifi hasn't even made Williams hit the budget cap.
That's because
Somehow
Latifi will be
McLaren
paying
has.
them back for
Yeah, to be fair.
the
True,
damages.
but you know what I mean. So anyway, supposedly McLaren have or are near hitting the budget cap, so they can't make any changes on the car for now. Fun fact. That's what I read.
Wasn't talking about Andreas apologizing to Lucy for McLaren doing poorly.
Oh my god, that was adorable. So pretty much for anyone who doesn't know, this is Lucy's story to tell, so I'll just tell a little bit of it.
Well,
She met
she's off.
Andreas at the Silverstone Grand Prix, and she said that she had traveled all the way from Australia to come watch the race, support McLaren, support Danny Rick, and Andreas just started apologizing for how poorly the team's been doing this season and the fact that they couldn't have the car doing well for the race. And apparently he was
Andreas is
very
a
apologetic. And when she told us that, it just reminded me why I love Andreas so much and why he's one of my favorite people of that whole entire team, because he doesn't need to apologize for that. He didn't need to say a single thing. He could have just been like, oh, cool, thanks. But he just started apologizing for how poorly the team's doing because of the car. And I was like, oh my God, you're so such a warm heart. Not blaming the drivers, blaming the car. Not blaming the team, not blaming his mechanics, just saying that the car, we couldn't fix the car out. It's all of us. It's not one specific person, as
Zach needs
some
to
other
take a
certain
leaf out
person
of
would
his book.
say. As Zach would say, it's not one certain person. It is all of us. And it's not us, it's the car. We don't understand the car. Andreas is a very kind soul. Oh my God, we have been recording for 44 minutes. Sam, please stop.
I've been waiting for that just to annoy you with the number.
You should have waited until I got 47 seconds.
I was waiting for 33.
Yeah.
But it wasn't going to work.
That I am honestly getting scared that I'm seeing the number 44 and 47 everywhere. I take my dog for a walk every day and I see the number 44 and 47 on different letterboxes every day. like the same letterboxes, but then I'll look at another house and there'll be like a 47. I'm like, thanks. Thank you so much. I literally walked past a car and the number plate had a 47 on it. I was like, you know what?
You're being haunted by these numbers.
As much as I love Mick, I don't love him enough to see the number 47 all day, every day. Like, I would jump in front of a bus for this man, but I'm sick of the number 47. Just seeing it. I'm sorry.
It's like someone going, I love you, but I don't like you right now.
Yes. I love Mick, but just the number 47 is scaring me. And 44. Oh my god.
And 33.
And 33. 33 hasn't been too bad yet, though.
Yet.
But no, off topic. Any Lewis Hamilton fans, can we just talk about how Lewis smashed himself in the face with a frisbee when playing with Roscoe? Almost gave himself a black eye because he hit himself in the face so hard. I'm sorry, that was really funny.
I would do.
Something I almost punched myself in the face trying to move a mattress.
I would
I think
definitely
I have punched myself in the face playing with my dog. Anyways, I need to stop getting off topic. What were we talking about? What's the actual...
The last thing we were talking about was Porsche and Red Bull.
Porsche and Red Bull. Yes, Porsche and Red Bull will happen. Audi and McLaren will probably happen, which will be sad because I miss the Mercedes McLaren days, and I will miss the... Well, they're still Mercedes McLaren, Mercedes, whatever. They're still there, but soon they won't be. It'll be a cool change though. Seeing Audi come in could actually be quite exciting. And to see what other teams they try join forces with. Same with Porsche. Yeah, if they decide to join forces, who would they join forces with?
Aston Martin.
Would they replace the Alpine Renault engine?
But then Renault's gone completely, and I don't think
Alpine would leave Renault.
No.
Would they?
Oh, Alpine is Renault is Alpine, so
Williams maybe.
Oh yeah, they're Mercedes.
What?
No, that was going to sound so stupid. I was going to say, what? Aston Martin.
Then Mercedes engine?
Aston Martin is Mercedes.
Yeah. So they might go to Aston Martin, see if they can improve Aston Martin.
Oh my God,
Lawrence and Toto are besties. That wouldn't happen.
Well, it depends on how much money they're going to offer.
Talking about besties, Lewis Hamilton in the press conference the other day when they were talking about driver pay cap, like capping the pay at like 10 million, and he goes, who's that? And they were like, the team principal for AlphaTauri, and he goes, who? And I was like, thank you very much. That is reminding me of your tweet, and I thank you for that.
That was iconic.
Literally imagine. Literally, he retweets.
Imagine he opens up and goes, imagine he just tweets, who's Nelson Piquet? Responds to it, imagine.
And then in a press conference a couple of days later, he does that to the team principal of AlphaTauri. But the fact is, he probably doesn't know who the team principal of AlphaTauri is.
I barely know who he is.
Literally. But that was just iconic because it seemed like he was like playing on what he had said on Twitter. But then it was like, actually, no, he literally doesn't know who this man is.
He doesn't need to know who that man is.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
He is a Mercedes boy through and through. And that is a Red Bull team principal.
Okay, should we get this show back on the road?
Yeah, sure.
Should we do some predictions?
I haven't even thought of my prediction. I just know who's not going to be on it.
Yeah. I am hereby banning Jack from putting Charles P1. Here's a little rundown of every time she's predicted him P1. Imola did not win. Miami did not win. Spain didn't finish. Baku didn't finish. Silverstone did not win. That is every single time she has put him as P1 and it hasn't happened.
I hate myself.
No, she's banned from here on out putting him on the top step of the podium.
He's not allowed. Yeah. And maybe we'll get, just maybe, we'll get a good result.
Pausing the show for another Zoe break. I love Lewis Hamilton.
We know.
What's new?
He just posted on his story, well, an hour ago he posted on his story, a picture of him and Roscoe, and he's wearing this hat, and anyways, Lewis and Roscoe, back to predictions.
Okay, we might as well start with you.
P1, Lewis Hamilton. When is it not, though? P1, Lewis. I haven't actually thought this through, so I'm just going to make it up on the spot. P2, should I just have a random podium this week?
Have a random, no thoughts.
P1, Lewis Hamilton. P2, Pierre Gasly. P3, Mick Schumacher. But that is very
Okay.
unobtainable, but hey,
No thought. The less thought we put into these, this just
the better.
maybe the less thought, the less jinx thing.
Maybe.
Go for it, Sam.
Fernando, Seb, Danny. Don't know why they were the first three that came into my head.
That is.
I don't think you would survive. I think you would sit there frozen for all
I
the whole
think I would actually combust. I think I'd have a heart attack.
I think you would.
You would.
And if that's the way I go, so be it.
Oh, how'd she die? Oh, because of Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel, and Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, who are
On the
they?
podium
What did they do? They're Formula One drivers. They just podiumed at one race this year, and that killed her. Yes, yes, it
She
did.
spontaneously combusted.
Oh, that's odd. Hey,
Spontaneous human combustion.
at this point, anything good happening to Sam is the world's greatest thing. This past week would. What am I saying? This past week, after this past week, having a podium like that, I think would kill Sam.
It would certainly make everything great.
It would. I think it's needed. So Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, and Daniel Ricciardo, you're not going to hear this, but if you do, hurry up and get on that podium because
It'll
Sam
solve
needs it.
all my problems.
Sam needs
Therapy,
it now.
nah. 3 drivers on the podium together.
Therapy doesn't help though because it makes you stress about money because it's so expensive. 3 drivers on the podium would be great because that's free
To a degree.
for us. Well, you can see it on Instagram. You don't have to watch the race, you know?
But where's the thrill in that?
Watch it illegally. I don't know.
I mean, I did do that until I had an F1 subscription, so.
Anyways, Sebastian, Dan, Nando, hurry up.
Please.
Hey,
And
and
thank you.
Fernando, if you get on the podium, you've bet Lewis.
Yeah.
And
There's
that's
an
all
incentive.
Fernando cares about.
At this point,
It's literally
this
all he
point-
cares about.
that's all he cares about.
Right, Jack, no thought, prediction, go.
Max P1, Nando P2, Alex P3.
Yes.
I was going to say, what's your wacky P3? The whole thing's wacky.
The whole thing's wacky.
It's just no thought.
Because
no
of
thought.
because of my last failures, I'm not allowed to think anymore. It's just the safest option for us. I just don't think.
We have got predictions here from Erin and Lucy. So he's completely losing it.
What?
You laughing.
Oh, I
Erin
was
has
yawning.
gone. They've actually thought about these, whereas we haven't.
They're
No.
the ones that we've allowed
These
to
sound
think about it.
These sound sane. Erin has gone Max, Charles / Carlos, because her and Lucy were having a little bit of a oh moment when they picked the same one. Erin started with Charles and they went, no, I'm going to Carlos. Fine, I'll go back to Charles.
They were
and then
bickering
George and
like
Victory. Yeah,
husband and wife.
it's
Well,
just
wife
what
and
they do.
wife.
And Lucy has gone Max, Carlos, and Lando. With the
Let's
comment
go,
of
Lando.
with the comment of, and I'm going to say this in the exact way it's written. So there's going to be some great language here. As much as she wants some luck for Charles, she thinks Ferrari will find a way to fuck up his race again.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And that seems like the general consensus when it comes to Ferrari.
And Charles.
Charles Revenge arc. I am
I
here
would
for it.
love to see that. I would love to see one race where he just ignores 55.
He ignores
Carlos.
55.
Carlos Sainz.
Carlos!
No. Yeah, wait, he ignores Carlos. No, I would love for the race where he just ignores all team orders and just goes for it. It's just like, fuck you. I'm going for
I mean,
it.
realistically,
He needs to.
what are they gonna do?
He needs
If
to
you
do what
win
Sid-
the race, what are they gonna do? Punish you for getting the most possible points?
Literally. Like because Carlos now has a win, I'm fine for a Charles revenge arc. I just needed that one.
We
Carlos
needed the
win,
Carlos win.
because this was one of the only years that he possibly has the chance. Because who knows how Ferrari's going to be in the next couple of years.
Well, apparently they're already working on next year's car, so I think they've given up.
They're always saying that, and then they give up.
It's true. Yes, Sam.
At the start of the season, well, before the start of the season, before testing anything, you just reminded me, I did some bold predictions. And I say bold based on the fact of it was before testing and everything. Ferrari championship charge. Tick. George Steiner, the Mercedes. Tick.
Tick.
Carlos, at least one win. Tick. Haas will score points on multiple occasions. Tick. And the other one was Lewis retire at the end of the year. I had to throw something in that was slightly controversial.
I don't.
That is
like
not
you.
ticked, and hopefully it's not going to be ticked. But 4 out of 5 of my bold predictions have already come true, and we're not even halfway through.
It's not bad.
All of your predictions have been ticked because that Lewis one isn't a prediction because it won't happen. That was just a figment of your imagination that is going to disappear. Sam,
You were worried that he wasn't coming back for this season.
Yeah, you were really scared about that.
okay, yeah, and he's not going to leave.
I had to
now.
keep saying he'll come back. There is no way he's leaving it like this.
Well, no, because there was a point where I was like, he's not coming back. And then I was like, no, he will. And then someone said something to me and they scared me with the whole Lewis not coming back. And so I started believing it again. I'm very easy to con into believing things. I probably shouldn't share that online. Oh, well, very easy to con into believing things. So someone made me believe that he wouldn't come back. And so Sam had to be my little therapist.
The Max fan, once again, was the voice of reason.
But then again,
You're welcome.
You send us screenshots of messages anyway, so that all of us would just be like, Zoe, that's a scam.
Yeah, we do send everything in the group chat.
If you send anything to anyone,
Everything.
the rest of us know about it.
Most definitely. It's like
That sounds
thing
so
when, like,
bad.
you're arguing with someone and then like you're arguing with someone and then you take forever to reply and they're like, oh, they have no reply, but it's really like, actually no, I'm just waiting for like my friends to give me an answer, to give me
It's
a
usually
reply.
waiting
So
for
what
like
do I
me and
say?
Erin.
You're just having a conference about what is the correct
What
answer
do
to
I
this?
do in this? You're
Is this
arguing
too
with-
harsh to say?
Do I leave it or do I just do it?
me before I post anything that I think could be controversial on TikTok? Guys, is this okay to post? Is this fine? Is this too controversial for my account? It's
And then there's
fine,
me and
Zoe.
Sam. I'm like, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
If you haven't noticed from literally everything I've said in this episode and past episodes, I thrive off chaos.
I'm scared of
Good, like
chaos.
good chaos, safe chaos. I think
Practice
they would-
one is starting
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
So we shall call it an evening because we all want to go watch F1.
Yes.
When F1 trumps the podcast.
It's an F1 podcast. It's got to trump the podcast.
True.
This would be
True.
very bad at our jobs.
True.
Jobs.
Jobs.
We don't get paid
As
for
I,
this.
as I say at the end of every
Yet.
episode, this is a formal apology for how much I speak during these episodes.
We all love it. A little bit of unhingedness.
Yeah.
Guys, practice is non-existent.
It doesn't start till 11:30.
Oh, kidding.
It's 11:05.
I thought it started at 11.
11:05.
Okay.
Anywho,
Anyways,
we're gonna love you and we're gonna leave you all, and we will hopefully be back for the French
Next
Grand
week.
Prix, which will conveniently, hopefully, if we record, be episode number 10, which is seemingly fitting because it's episode Pierre Gasly, and it's the French Grand Prix.
It's the fact that Jack just missed all of that. Jack,
I
next
did.
week is next week is the French Grand Prix. Next week is also episode 10. Next week is episode Pierre Gasly
Which looks really great.
for the French Grand Prix. Ew.
You check out our new YouTube thumbnails, which are all made up of driver numbers, so it looks even better when it's the French Grand Prix with number 10.
I'm so excited for episode number 44 and 47.
We got to get there first.
33.
See, I've already triumphed because mine was number 1.
Yeah, we get it. Your driver decided to have number 1 on his car.
10 and 17.
Has decided not to when he wins the championship.
He used it once, didn't he?
I'm feeding for the other 6.
No, I mean he's used it for a race.
I think, yeah, use it for a race. But like, still. He's always
Okay.
been number 44. Anyways, I need to shut
Before
up.
this
I need
turns
to
out to
leave.
a war, we're gonna go. We
I,
will-
I love how I say that as if I don't support Max. Like, as
Yeah.
if Max isn't one of my top drivers.
We are going to go now.
Okay,
And-
I'm sorry.
Some concoction of us is going to be together for the next episode. Don't know who it'll be, but some of us will be here.
It'll be Zoe and Sam, and
Almost definitely me and Zoe.
I have to be here. It's number 10.
you have to.
Yeah, you have,
Have
to be here.
here.
we will
Sure,
make sure
driver.
it's on a day that you are here.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you're hearing
block
this
out
and then
plans.
episode 10 doesn't come to fruition for the French Grand Prix, blame Jack.
I will be here. I will block out plans.
Okay.
Writes a day in her diary. Podcast. Cancels everything. Okay, we need to go. I am formally
I'll write it in.
apologizing. I am sorry. Good night. We love you all.
We're going to love
See
you
you
and
next
leave you.
week.
Yes, we will. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.